Hey all, let's see the Deno in this video. It is a simple and secure runtime for the JavaScript and TypeScript which uses the V8 engine. Let's see some of the features of the Deno. Deno is by default its security. It's need to enable the access for each and every permissions. Like it cannot access directly to your file system or network or to your environment. You have to explicitly mention that I need to access the file system, I need to access the network system. And the second point is it's a TypeScript support which is out of box, which means we don't want to configure the tsconfig.json for your TypeScript. And the packages are imported from the URL and it has been cached into your machine. So we will be referring those URLs as a CDN in the JavaScript. And we don't want to worry about the node npm installation and the node-models directory. And it provides lot of standard libraries which we don't want to depend on the third-party library for the date, live, file, HTTPS log, etc. And it has the built-in testing frameworks. So you can test the Deno framework using your Deno inbuilt testing framework. And it supports the top-level await, which means you don't want to wrapper the await inside a async method. Let's see how to install the Deno. The installation steps has been provided in the official slide clearly, and most of the commands as a single line command only. It will be installed automatically with zero configuration. For example, the Windows we need to install through PowerShell using a single line command. It will install the Deno in your machine. Let's start with the console.log. I am creating a sample.ts file. The ts file does not have the tsconfig.json configuration. Console.log your message. As we don't access any of the network or file system, so we don't want to explicitly mention the allow information. Just Deno run is more than enough. So Deno run followed by the file name. It works and it executes. Let's see the example with the fetch method. I am using the fetch method using the await. As I earlier mentioned, it supports the top level await. We don't want to wrapper the await inside a async method. So let's see the example. Console.log, print the message from the google.com, execute the file. It will throw the error because we are accessing the network and we have not allowed the network. Let's see. It's throw the error because we have not allowed the net. Add the allowNet method and the sample.ts. It works and provided the output. Let's have an example for writing the file using Deno. It's very simple because we don't want to import the FS and all those informations. I just start with the encoding is equal to new text encoder and followed by the encode text. Dot encode is the method. I'm just adding a new line also. It has a predefined method called .write. First is the file path, followed by the content. Just execute the file. I am using the terminal because we can view the file created file in the VS Code itself because I am referring the same path. Here we have to allow write because we are accessing the environment, that's a file environment. Without the write permission, it cannot create the file. We can add that flag, followed by sample.ts. It works and created the file sample.ts. Just check the file content also. What next? Read the file content using Deno. Let's declare that file content equal to Deno.read file of path. Decode the file content using the text decoder. We need to add the await method as read file returns an asynchronous method. Let's print the content using console.log. As this is a read permission, so we have to allow the allow read flag. Let's have an example for creating HTTP server and creating a new file server.ts. Import the package. As I earlier mentioned, we are not using the package.manager. We have to use the CDN as the URL. Let's copy the URL from the browser. Go to the official site followed by the standard library HTTP and server.ts. Copy the URL from browser. Maybe in future we will be getting more information or plugin for this. So I have used the extension here. So I am not getting any messages, that is Deno and Deno VS Code. If you are not installing this extension, it will show the message that package is not found. Let's start with a port number 4000, followed by we have to create a serve object. So, and there is a parameter called port, assigning the port information. Let's print a console message that server has been successfully started. And it returns a request of await method. So we have to use the for await request in server. And we have to respond using the request object. Request.respond body followed by the message. It can have any body content. Currently I am using the hello world. Let's try out that. As we are using the network, so we need to allow the network --allow -net followed by the file name. Let's try it in the browser. Localhost :4000. Let's print the hello world. Thanks for watching the video. In the next video we can see how to integrate the REST API.